audience's attentions are need to be grabbed right away. Paring down what you want to say in your message will kind of help, I think, capture audience's attention better.
Yeah,
And you can always create more collateral in order to
I
continue
hear
what you want to say. Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to our ClearVoice Spotlight series. I'm Taylor Moon, Senior Manager of Content Marketing here at ClearVoice, and today I'm joined by Hannah. Hey, Hannah, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, you're joining our Spotlight series, and before we get started, I'd love to just hear a little bit about you. You've been at ClearVoice for quite some time, so I'd love to hear first how long you've been here and a little bit about your role and what it entails.
Sure. So I've been with ClearVoice for about 7.5 years now. So it's been a long time. I started as a junior designer and now I'm a senior designer. So it's definitely come a long way. What I mainly do is work with marketing to create design collateral for all our campaigns and initiatives. That includes everything from blog images to designing email headers and now helping design and maintain our website. And I do service delivery projects on the side as well.
Wow. So you're kind
Mhm.
of all over the place. And it sounds like with ClearVoice in particular, you've seen quite several transitions probably over the tenure there, whether it's branding, so on and so forth. Curious, is there at any point in time that you really kind of enjoyed that or anything that sticks out?
Yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed the work since I started at ClearVoice. I think initially it was a lot of product heavy kind of like design work, like promoting our platform and everything. And now it's kind of transitioned into showcasing more of our services that we give to our clients, as well as more content marketing focused stuff. It's been really neat because prior to Clear Voice, my work was with things more touristy stuff. So
Sure.
transitioning into like this kind of marketing business mindset was an interesting change of pace. And I really enjoyed it because I've learned a lot since being here. One thing that stands out is just, I guess, how our brand has matured over the years, going from kind of more colorful, playful kind of branding to more clean, sleek branding. I think that really resonates with our voice and everything.
Yeah,
So it's been
absolutely.
fun. Yeah, it's been fun being part of that.
Absolutely. And we've grown a lot and you've grown with us, that's for sure.
Yes, definitely.
And you kind of mentioned there that you've also got to step in a little bit into service delivery and helping some of our customers even. So I'm kind of curious, how do you typically serve the Clear Voice customer?
With our customers, it's need to be able to dive into their branding and kind of figure out who they are. Because coming prior, I was just doing internal design work. So it's nice seeing the other side and helping them create stuff like white papers to illustrations has been a really cool experience. Sometimes challenging because it's all these different industries, but I think that's what makes it exciting is kind
Yeah,
of being able to learn all this different stuff and how it all relates back to marketing. Just as like kind of a full circle moment from when I initially was doing stuff for Clear Voice and was learning about the benefits of content marketing. So it's pretty cool being able to do all that.
yeah. And it's funny you say full circle. It's kind of interesting that it's full circle in several aspects.
Yes.
But also, you know, you're there behind a lot of the branding and sales collateral and everything that someone might see prior to becoming a customer and working and partnering with ClearVoice. On that front, I'm
Yeah.
curious, you've seen a lot of ebbs and flows, and even your day to day obviously sounds like it can be kind of different depending on what you're working on. But is there something, or what gets you kind of excited about the current state or current world, if you will, of content marketing holistically?
I think what I'm seeing with content marketing is kind of like a transition to understanding like our audience better versus trying to solely focus on, SEO ranking and all that kind of stuff. think there's a better idea about the more you engage with your audience, the more your like brand will be seen. And
Yeah.
that kind of goes hand in hand with design as well. Like it's a little, I feel like we kind of understand our audience better, not trying to use like catchy jargon or catchy designs in order to get their attention. We're just showcasing our knowledge and giving them that knowledge for them to kind of, you know, receive in order to understand what we're trying to tell them. It's a really cool transition because I feel like in the past, prior to 2024, it was kind of like clickbait here and there, especially. So it's kind of nice that we're stepping away from that.
Yeah, I hear you. There has been this massive shift, whether we're speaking like written context, if you will, but content marketing holistically, I feel like on more of just the personalization, like
Yes.
connecting more so and realizing we can kind of do both, right? Like we can generate that lead, we can rank, but also we can do that by connecting. We might have already answered my next question, but I'm curious if there's, I guess, any common marketing mistake, content marketing design mistake, whatever you might see perhaps customers or others just making in the space, and you could fix it. What would that be?
I think it's like information. Like I feel like with a lot of design, especially for marketing collateral, sometimes it feels like but like people just want all the information in one design, like let's say a white paper or a one pager. So it's kind of like being able to communicate your message in fewer words in order to get the point across. And visually, that could mean also like maybe less images, kind of
Yeah.
paring down like the amount of icons or illustrations used in order to kind of sell the point. Because
Mm.
I would say even now, like our audience's attentions are need to be grabbed right away, and sometimes overflow of information via text or images can stir people away. Paring down what you want to say in your message will kind of help, I think, capture audience's attention better.
I hear you. I hear you. The kind of the less is more
Yes.
approach, but what you have to say obviously is still valid, but what do we need to say first and foremost? And then, like you're saying, there could be secondary or supporting assets that follow. And so, I mean, with that, I don't know if this, hopefully nothing keeps you up at night, but is there maybe a challenge or a mistake that you see that does keep you up at night?
Similar to what we were just talking about, being able to design something that does get the, the message across. I think the whole point of graphic design is communicating whatever the person wants to say visually.
Mm,
And so there have been times where I've been challenged to create something, but it doesn't connect directly with the voice of what the brand is, but it's what the customer wants, or what internally what my whoever gave me assignment for marketing wanted. So
mhm.
being
Yeah.
kind of it's like figuring out how to send the message across while still kind of being kind of fitting a certain parameter. So that has kept me up at night because sometimes it felt like I don't know if I fully was successful with showcasing what they wanted and or what I thought was the best decision design wise. So kind of like that has kept me up at night. And there are times where I'm like, oh, I could have changed that for to something else.
I hear you. You're probably like, ooh, what could I have done? And it's interesting. You kind of mentioned your career. You've been on, I guess you would say, more of like the consumer facing side. You've obviously moved into ClearVoice, been here for quite some time and worked in a more, I guess, B2B manner. And now working with a lot of our customers as well. I'm curious now, are there any like industries or perhaps maybe even content types
Sure.
um, that really have shaped or helped influence, what you do now?
I would say one is like doing a lot of illustrations because I have an art background. So that's something we don't do as much with Clear Voice. So being able to do that with customers has been a really fun experience. especially when they do have a certain branding style with their illustrations. So being able to adapt to mimicking it has been a fun challenge. And then also on the opposite side, doing a lot more ebooks and even fillable forms was a new thing I had to learn. And I do love learning new things. So being able to like fill out calculations in order to get a fillable form to work has been a challenge, but a good challenge. Like I feel very like like a lot of pride when I'm like seeing all the numbers calculate or add up correctly. So yeah, it's I think being able to do all these types of projects for our customers has been really nice, and I've taken note of it and implemented it also with the ClearVoice branding as the years go on.
Do you have any, I guess, special skills that you've really honed and you're really proud of?
In terms of work, it would be like kind of like layout and color choices. Like I think I really honed in on like what colors work together and what don't. Like
Hmm.
early on in my career, I was just using like color scheme generators to kind of figure things out, but I have a good sense now, and that's kind of applied to like when I do personal art projects, or even like there's like a board game that involves like picking a color, and I've gotten really good at like being like, okay, describing what this color is and guiding people to understand what that color could be. So I would say my color choices and my understanding of color has definitely improved over the years and has applied to a lot of different aspects of my life.
I hear you. I love that. And, I guess last thing for you here, what's the next step for you on your career to do list, whether it's a personal goal or kind of what you're looking forward to next step wise?
I think getting even more into like branding decisions, like maybe like some kind of art direction in terms of like a photography. That's something I haven't done a lot in. So down the line, I would love to explore that. And currently learning more like I guess web design and doing some basic CSS HTML classes to kind of get a more robust knowledge of what I do when I am maintaining the website. So, and it's fun to learn and kind of exercise the left part of my brain, or whichever part does the more analytical side stuff. So, I think that's something I'm going to lean more into, and then continue just my design skills, because I think the design field is ever changing, so you kind of have to stay on your toes in regards to that and keep up like the skill.
For sure. Keep flexing those brain muscles, if you will. So for sure.
Yes.
I love that. Well, that's great to hear, Hannah.
Hmm.
And, you know, thank you first off for just joining us and joining our spotlight today. It was a pleasure to have you.
Oh yeah, thank you, Taylor, for inviting me.
Of course. And so if you're seeking the content you need with the quality you expect, look no further than ClearVoice.